All right. What's going on, everybody? Boxing World. This is Johnny Cruz with my man Joe Concelia. Uh, so Joe, I got a couple of questions for you, man. So it seems like
Yes, sir.
you've been watching boxing a long time. You've been a student of the game for a long, long time. What did you
Yes.
see? What did you see Saturday night with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury? What do you think that Deontay Wilder? What went wrong for him?
Oh, a lot of things. A lot of things. Well, first, I wanna start when this guy was in the Olympics.
Okay.
I guess he got a bronze in the Olympics. So then he became pro and he calls himself the Bronze Bomber. Now he has all this time to perfect his game. But like so many of these I'm not going to say this day and age. I'm going to cut to the chase. A lot of fighters, like whether they're in the 70s and the 80s, they don't take the sport that seriously. They want a shortcut. It's always the big bomb. My right hand, I hang in there. I'll bomb them out. I'm a man. I can't lose. And he got some humble pie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he fires Mark Breland for one. He keeps his homeboy Jay Diaz because they're both from Alabama, but they don't have guys that really know boxing. And then plus he wants to train himself. What do you think about that, John? A pro fighter don't really want he dictates to the coach. I mean, I
I'm
think
not surprised, man. I've seen it before. I've heard of these fighters who are so full of themselves where they feel like
yeah,
they know more than their own trainer, and it's sad. It's very very sad. And like I said, it's not the
yeah,
first time. Like there's plenty. There's been fighters that have felt like that. I think Mike Tyson at one point kind of like after he fired Kevin Rooney. He was kind of like dictating everything, and a lot of that had to do with his downfall, with why he couldn't win big fights. He fired his
right.
his longtime good trainer Kevin Rooney, who actually gave a damn about him. He hired a bunch of who the fucks because nobody knows who the hell they are. And he was
Yeah,
kind of like dictating, and he ran the whole show. And it's the same thing with Deontay Wilder.
yes.
And another thing too is Tyson Fury called it. He said I know what's going on in Wilder's camp, and I know that he's the one that pretty much dictates how training goes. And
Yes.
he also called the same thing when he said the first right hand that Deontay Wilder takes, he's gonna revert right back to his wanting. All he wanted to do was lay in the right hand. That's all he wanted to do. He wasn't trying to. What did you
Right.
think the first round when you were watching the fight and you see Deontay Wilder coming out differently? What did you think?
I thought that when he came out there, I seen him I seen him trying to well, he started jabbing to the body, right? But
Right.
I but Fury knew what was up. Fury's going, this guy's gonna come up top with the right hand. Everyone knew it.
Yep.
But Fury was ready for it. He boxed him. I think he did clip he Deontay did catch him with the right hand and Fury handled it well. And and then he fired right back because a wild swinger like uh, like Wilder, he's only concerned with landing this big bomb,
Right.
and
Right.
that's it. And then he started getting, and then Fury did a smart thing, whether he was hurt or not. He countered back. He made sure he hit Wilder right back, letting him know, like, hey, you're in a fight, buddy. I'm
Yeah.
gonna hit you on the side. And
Yeah.
then Wilder really don't know how to box. We both agree on that. And then I see him flail a lot. Like when a punch is coming, he over exaggerates. He turns to the side. He don't really and he don't bring his hand up, like you're taught in the gyms. He don't really roll with punches. He when he does get hit, he gets hit flush, whether
Mhm.
it's the side of the head, the body, uh, the face, he gets hit flush. And I thought it was good of Fury to land those body shots in the early rounds. What did you think, Daniel?
I honestly thought that he was looking really good. He was looking really good. It was of Deontay Wilder that we hadn't seen in a while. Not since Bermain Severn did we see him actually, even attempt to try and land. Because the thing with Wilder is he was always very, very patient, but the only thing he wanted to do was land the right hand. I think he understood that the right hand just wasn't going to work this time. Like just the right hand to try to knock, to land the knockout punches he wasn't gonna work with Tyson Fury because he's hit him with so many right hands, and Tyson Fury would take them or he'd get right back up. So I felt as though that what his game plan was, it looked very, very good at first, and I was like, oh, this is something new. You could tell Tyson Fury was kind of like he was trying to figure out what was going on. He was like, oh, I'm not sure, what he's doing. This is not, I'm not used to this.
But you know what? But the thing is, I think Malik Scott did I would say an average job, but it's too late to try to pick on things. I mean to fix things of Wilder. Wilder's never boxed his way into punching. I mean like jab. And I'm talking like jabs, combinations to the body. In other words, taking something off of his punches. Like just land those combinations, get them in there, and that till you can get your big shots in there. He's always going for the big punches.
Right.
But so, he did well, or he did well, I say he did okay early, but he was still easy to hit. Same old Wilder. No defense,
right,
because he don't train that way.
And it's just so sad. It's so sad because I know that at one point Deontay Wilder, he was a student of the game, and he was he was learning how to, or he was actually doing the things that he needed to do to win fights. Like I said, after the Bermain Stavern fight, he kind of just fell in love with the right hand, and that's all. And you can just tell, by the way he kind of was just like putting his hand in front of Fury's face and kind of like loading up with the right hand to where he's letting know Fury that that's what he wants to land. And against a guy with good defense like Tyson Fury, the last thing you want to do is let him know the kind of punch that you want to throw. You know what I mean? So I felt as though everything went very well for Deontay Wilder the first round, and after that, it was kind of like he just wanted. He wasn't patient.
Sort of caught up, but I'd say, with those big punches. But I think Fury underestimated it. Like he figured, okay, I already hurt the guy. I hurt the Dosser, so I don't think he has that much left. But you and me, we've seen this in a lot of fights. We've seen this in Hagler Hearns. If you land a good punt, Ali Foreman, you can name the fights. I'm just sort of going off at the top of my head. You can land good punches, but the guy's going to come back.
Yeah,
and that's what Wilder did. But I think
how do you feel?
The seventh round, he was through.
How do you feel about the muscle gain from Deontay Wilder? Do you feel like that was a big cause of his fatigue?
Right, throwing those big punches. Is that what you're talking about?
No. I'm saying like he gained muscle. He gained about, I think, 8-9 pounds of muscle. So he was a lot bigger.
Yeah. And that could have been a little bit. Well, I don't think that's really fine. He gained some weight, but what I think I thought what was good was Fury leaning on him, Fury holding him, pressing forward. He was wearing Wilder out that way. Right, and you see, Wilder didn't have a game plan of throwing left hooks to the ribs or the liver or the kidneys or
Mhm.
body punches, because his whole deal is landing the big punch upstairs.
Right. Right.
And
Yeah, that's all he ever focuses on. That's all he ever focuses on. And the thing is, like, he started off so well, and I could tell that right off the bat, after round one, I could just tell, like, Deontay Wilder, he doesn't want to follow a game plan. He doesn't, because the game plan, as you could tell from round one, was attack him to the body, and he was doing it, and he was looking good. He actually won the round. He looked he looked like a
right,
reinvented Deontay Wilder. And then all of a sudden, second round comes in. Now Deontay Wilder, he forgets all about the body, and now he just wants to land the right hand. So to me, that tells me that what Mark Breland was saying, the guy that Deontay Wilder fired, what Mark Breland
right.
was saying was true. It's true. He's untrainable, because the thing is, you can give him a game plan to beat. And by the way, I felt as though if he would have kept stuck to the game plan, I don't know if he would have still beaten Tyson Fury, but I think he would have the fight would have been really, really, really close.
And
You
then
know?
the thing is, the main thing I think is boxing conditioning and endurance.
Mhm.
He wasn't all the stuff him benching like 300 and something pounds. I mean, I've seen this many times. That has nothing to do with boxing,
Right, right.
heavyweight or bodybuilding.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I always said, man, bodybuilding and boxing just doesn't mix. It doesn't go
no,
well, you know?
no, because the reflexes are slower.
Oh, absolutely.
But
Yeah.
they get kicked. If they ever get kicked in the bicep, they're really going to feel it. You know, it's uh,
and
it's not
yeah,
good.
man, like I was saying, like I felt as though if he would have followed that game plan, to go to the body, because it looked like Tyson Fury, he didn't like those body shots. He was like, oh, these, I don't like these, you know what I mean? And
No,
so moving on from that, what do you think about a possible Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury fight? If that were to go down, who do you think wins that one?
about say again.
I said, what do you think about a possible undisputed fight between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury? Who do you think wins that one?
Tyson Fury.
Yep.
I think it would. I think it would sell a lot, especially in the UK
Mhm.
or even the states. Usyk's a very very good fighter, and I know Fury's a lot bigger than him, but a guy like Usyk may be able to get to him. I don't know if he'd beat him, but both guys have a chance of beating each other.
If you were a betting man, who would you put your money on in that fight?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I would go. I would go Fury because he's on a hot streak right now, and it'd probably go to a decision.
Okay.
Fury on a close decision.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought, because I feel as though if Tyson Fury tries to fight Anthony Joshua or Alexander Usyk the same way that he fought Deontay Wilder, I think he gets knocked out. Well, maybe not knocked out, but he probably gets stopped. I don't know if anybody can knock him out, because Deontay Wilder is a top 5 puncher of all time, and he
Right.
couldn't keep Tyson
Well,
Fury
he
down.
would
So.
fight. He would fight them different, and
Mhm.
his weight would probably go down. He would,
Right, right.
because this was a punching, slugging fight,
Mhm.
and I think the reason why, and Fury knows how to box and punch and all that, but I felt he needed that extra weight, so he didn't plan to dance with it, but he planned
Mhm.
to lean on Fury, to roughhouse him. I mean, lean on Wilder, roughhouse him,
Mhm.
and wear him down that way, and then let his boxing and combinations take over.
Yep,
But
yep.
one thing I want to say, uh, Daniel, did you notice? Like, I noticed. You see, since Wilder is a wild swinger, And I love his last name, Wilder, because Wilder is wild. And he threw that. I think it was he loaded up with a right hand, right? This the round he got knocked out in. I'm pretty sure it was a right. And then Fury counters with a left hook and a right hand that put Wilder down for the count in the
I know, yeah,
round.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Yes, I know the
And
sequence.
then
Yes.
he like it was like a wild swing.
Yeah.
You know that
It
Wilder threw.
was so wild. It was so wild when Wilder missed a shot, he put himself off balance, and then Fury came over the top with a right hook, and then it just floored him. I thought when that happened, I was like, this guy is done. His balance is off, and it's it's so funny because you remember in the second fight. I'm sure you heard of the allegations that he felt like his water was drugged and all this stuff because he said he felt off balance, but it was the same way the third fight. I think after like round 5, Wilder was he had no balance. He was sluggish. He was tired. The same exact way he was in fight number 2, where he claimed that his water was spiked. He looked the exact same way, just a couple of rounds before he ended up getting knocked out. So
no boxing conditioning. A guy like Sugar Hill would make sure that he ran.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm saying if Sugar Hill or Buddy McGirt or some high profile coaches, they would make sure the fighter's in condition. They'd say you got to be in boxing condition,
Right.
Even the treadmill, but they'd have them running, they'd have them walking, but this thing like, oh, I just want to sprint, oh, I just want to lift weights, heavy weights. No good coach is going to tell you that.
Right.
A good,
who used to do that too? That had bad luck with that was Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, he used to lift heavy, but that was after he got rid of Kevin Rooney and he got a little bit older, and you saw that it didn't work out for him because, like I said, man, lifting weights, heavy weights, and boxing, they don't mix. There's guys that make it work, but overall, it's not something that anybody should be doing.
No.
So
combinations, light weights and combination. Now, what I do to keep in shape myself at my age, I box with 2 bricks because they give you. I shadow box with them sometimes, or with dumbbells.
Bricks, dumbbells, like the little 2-3 pound dumbbells, the egg weights, those things. They'll work. They'll give you a hell of a workout too, man. I like after round like 2 or 3, man, I'm sweating up a storm. I love shadow boxing with weights, and that's something that everybody should be doing. Like anybody who's a beginner, especially, that's how you build that shoulder endurance. Because a lot of times, like you're sparring or you're throwing punches, and then you notice that your shoulders get they start to hurt, and you want to keep your hands down, but you can't. You got to keep them up.
That's what I used to do when I used to spar at Brothers Gym. I was in my 30s. I was too old to fight. I still was going to do it, though. But they told me, no, don't do it. And I was so mad at them at Brothers at one point. I said, well, I'm going to hook up with Jimmy Montoya. He'd got me fight. He got me fight amateur than pro. But I thought about it. I had a good paying job. And I guess I was more of a fan. And I said, I'll just go to the gym.
I'm the same way, man. That's what a lot of people have asked me, like, yo, how come you never gone pro? I was like, I prefer not to get punched in the face for a living,
Right. Because you know what? You have to and then like what they don't I know you're married, you have a beautiful wife, a beautiful kid, and then you have your job, and you're young. So why and boxing does connections too, because I know I blew up.
Oh, Joe, did I lose you? Hold on. think we lost Joe really quickly. I'm trying to add my boy Adrian on here. Hey, Adrian, I sent you the link to your phone. Just click it and then just paste it on Safari, and you'll be able to join. So I think we lost Joe. He's having connection issues. Oh, there you are. Joe, we lost you for like about a good 45 seconds. What were you saying?
I was just saying that I love boxing at Blue Moon.
Mhm.
You know, I just go in there, I get on the treadmill, I hit all the bags. They got the heaviest bag on there. I'm not too good on the speed bag, but I just keep doing it. But I'm good
I
on
got
the
you.
training
No,
bag.
yo, the speed bag, bro, the speed bag, actually, to be quite honest with you, man, I've been boxing since I was like 13, 14, something like that. And I'm still not that good at it. I'm okay. I'm not that great at the speed bag.
I'm okay on it too.
Yeah.
You
Plus,
know,
honestly, the speed bag really isn't all, it's really doesn't make you a better fighter or nothing like that. You know what I mean?
you know
So,
now that timing bag will help
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
You know, the double end bag.
Oh, the double
And
end
then
ball? Oh, yeah.
the heavy bags will help you. And then
Yep.
skip and
The-
rope and all.
The double end ball is, every time, sometimes when I go to gyms, a lot of times actually, I see the double end bags. Nobody really does them because they're very hard to do, and not everybody likes to, look like an idiot as they're trying to hit something that's, but, it's so good for you. It's so good for you. It's something that'll
Helps you keep your hands up and
keep your hands
you
up,
can
works your
practice your
reflexes, things
defense.
like that. All right, hold on. We got Adrian on the line. Hold on 1 second. Let me add him to the screen. Yo, what's up, Adrian?
Hey, what's going on, Johnny?
What's good, bro? Hey, I got my
not
man
much.
Joe right here with me. So
Hi, Adrian.
What's going on, Joe?
pretty much what we were talking about today is Saturday's fight, Deontay Wilder. Were you able to catch it, by the way?
Yeah, I did rewatch it. Unfortunately,
All right, cool.
I ordered it and I fell asleep, but I did rewatch the fight. And yeah, it was definitely one of the best fights I've seen in a very long time.
Awesome. So the question that I had for Joe, I'm going to ask you the same exact question: is what do you think went wrong for Deontay Wilder that night?
I think what went wrong for him is the fact that he fought a guy that's 40 pounds heavier than him, and he didn't avoid the clinch, and that's what I think ended up tiring him and making him gas. And when you're gassed and you get hit, you go down. That's just,
But the thing about it is like, a lot of people keep bringing up the weight advantage, but at the same time, I think every fighter that Wilder has fought has outweighed him. Dominic Brazil outweighed him by, I think, almost 40 pounds, and he got dropped in like, I don't even think he finished the first round. He got dropped in the first. And
yeah, but were any of those guys wrestling with Wilder?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, like, a lot of people keep bringing up the weight advantage. Like, they don't actually say what Tyson Fury actually did. He didn't, like, he used his size to his advantage. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
he pummeled.
Yeah, right.
He pummeled, which is what you could do. And all the grappling that he did with the holding and the hitting, that wears you out, man. If you know what it is, the biggest problem with boxing fans is a lot of them have never been in a fight, let alone trained. So if you've ever trained pummeling or like Greco-Roman wrestling, it's a whole nother level of cardio. You could be a cardio machine. You could play basketball. You could box. When it comes to grappling with just your arms and like your upper body, it's just exhausting, man.
Yeah.
No,
for sure. I mean, it's when I've been grappling lately, man, and it's, oh my God, after the class is over, bro, I'm drenched. Yeah. I'm tired.
It's just different. And yet again, when you have someone significantly bigger holding you, pulling you, tugging you, and it didn't help that Wilder added all that weight, whether it was legitimate or not, we'll know. I mean, we may never know, but for him to hold
on. Back up. Are you insinuating that he could have been possibly on the juice?
No, I'm not. All I'm saying is for him to put on that much weight. I mean, he did show signs of it, like, with the gut, but I don't really care because at the end of the day, it didn't work, so he lost.
Right. Yeah, true.
So he could make whatever, he could continue to make excuses, just like he did the second fight. that's all he does is just make excuses. I'm pretty sure we'll never see Wilder again. I don't think we're ever going to see Wilder fight again. And if he does fight again, it's probably going to be just like a showcase fight just for him to get a W and call it quits. I don't think he's.
That's what I'm thinking. I see one last easy fight, like maybe like Andy Ruiz or something. Somebody with a good name.
I don't think Andy Ruiz is an easy fight. I think Ruiz is probably the worst matchup for Wilder. But
why do you think that? Adrian, I think I lost him.
No, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh, there you go. Oh, Adrian, we lost you for a few seconds. Can you say what you said again?
I'm driving. I think Ruiz is actually one of the worst matchups for him.
Okay, I asked you why do you think that?
He's not afraid to throw, and someone's going down in that fight. Whether it's maybe both, who knows? I think it's going to be similar to the AJ fight, where he just goes in there and just starts throwing bombs. It's simple fight. It's not like Wilder's some like technical guy. He's going to go in there, throw windmills, and Ruiz is way more technical. Ruiz, I don't know. I know the photo you sent a while, like 2-3 weeks ago with the tats. He did seem leaner, but then I'm still confused, Like, I don't know where he's at.
The thing about Andy Ruiz, and Joe, I don't know if you've noticed this too, but Andy Ruiz in photos, he looks really, really slim. But then you see him on video and you see him fighting and he looks fat all over again. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's like he loses weight and then just loses discipline and starts eating again. Or I don't know if it's just like the
I don't know where he's at, but yeah.
I mean, I feel as though, honestly, bro, I feel as everybody in the Canelo's team is on the juice anyways, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Oscar Valdez, Canelo Alvarez, Andy Ruiz. I think all them guys are on the juice. Honestly.
The problem is for Wilder, the amount of beatings he took, I think his team set him up for failure. I don't think he should have fought Fury the third time. Yep. I think this last fight, same with the Usyk versus AJ rematch. It's a fight that outside of the Wilder fans that swear he cheated, no one really wanted to see it, because it was much in the same. For me, a rematch has to make sense. And I didn't see what the point was. I mean, they fought twice, and Fury beat the hell out of him both times. So,
right.
I
think the third one. I think the problem was that Wilder. I feel as though the inactivity too is just because even Fury didn't look that great either. He looked very, very sloppy. Yeah. It kind of looked he couldn't get away from Deontay Wilder's punches. He was catching a lot of right hands that he shouldn't have. And at the end
of the day, the fight happened. It's over. It went well. I mean, it was one of the most watched fights. I mean, regardless of what they say numbers wise. So we'll see what happens when the numbers actually come in.
All right, and then another question that I got actually for you: Usyk and Tyson Fury. How do you think that fight goes?
This is what I was trying to mention in the chat, but a lot of people, when they're wrong, they won't admit it or they won't acknowledge it. I don't even bother discussing that fight because the problem is we have a rematch scheduled for when?
So I'm not sure when it is rescheduled, but I don't think it's this year. I think it's going to be like sometime like June, July, something like that of next year.
Okay, so best case scenario, if Fury wins, I guess if he beats the winner of White and Whalen, you need like 10 things to happen before you can even think about a fight. Next year? Not next year, maybe 2 years. What if Usyk loses? Which he could easily get robbed. Didn't the judges have what's his name up after the 9th? Like, are they gonna have to have a third fight then? Like,
who? Wait, who?
Usyk and AJ. What if AJ beats him in the rematch?
No. You asked, didn't the judges have somebody up? Who are you talking
about? Yeah, the judges had Joshua up after the 9th.
Did they really?
Yeah, look it up.
Oh shit! No, I didn't know that.
So what I'm saying is, why would we even? I mean, I don't talk fantasies. Like, I'm not a fantasy guy. Like, I think fantasy boxing's a joke. Bro, if you need Usyk to beat AJ again in what, June? You said, okay?
Possibly, yeah.
So then
the
that's
Fury,
if he wins.
Fury has 30 days to make either. So the thing is, they got.
I know. He's got to make the fight. He yet again. I don't know what I asked a few people. No one really knew because they didn't read the contracts.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some sort of Am I still here?
Yeah, you're still here.
There's gonna be some sort of issue with figuring out what trumps what. Is it Fury? Does Fury get to Does he get bid? Does he get the decide if he gets the Usyk fight, or does that rematch clause take in effect? Like that?
So no, the rematch clause is taking effect right away. Joshua's not taking effect.
So then if that's in effect, and then you got Fury saying that he may not fight again. There's no point. I don't know, man. Like I said, I don't even want to bother discussing Usyk versus Fury because there's no guarantee it's ever going to happen. You might as well just, create a YouTube video, Spence versus Bud. And maybe you'll get a couple hundred views because you know what? That's like I said, these fights that we don't know were going to happen. I don't even want to waste my time with.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So moving on from that, then, really, because honestly,
you don't need to discuss a fantasy fight that may or may not happen in 2, maybe 3 years from now. Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, by then, I think Fury would be retired anyways. But
that's what I'm saying. There's no point.
Question for both of you guys. And now this is a fight that's actually going to happen. So, Joe, I'll start with you first. Usyk and Anthony Joshua rematch. What do you think Anthony Joshua needs to do this time to be victorious?
Well, I think he's I think he needs another coach, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
Because he's too mechanical, and I think he needs to, he needs to jab. Klitschko. Yeah, he's just too robotic, If he could, and then he gasses out. He needs to be running more, not throwing those heavy balls against the wall and stuff like that, and having that body building muscle. He needs to be that.
Okay. So, Adrian, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. I just connected my phone to.
So, Adrian, same question to you, man. What do you think Joshua needs to do to beat Usyk this time?
I think he should have done what he did the first fight. I think he's got to pressure Usyk and use his power and speed. He's never gonna outbox Usyk though.
It's like trying to outbox Tyson Fury. It's not gonna happen.
The game plan was, setting him up for failure.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he can beat him, to be honest with you. I think I don't want to say that. AJ can. I think he could beat Usyk only because he has the promotion and the judges on his side. So if he keeps these rounds close, he will win the rounds.
True. Yep, good point. Yeah, because I don't know how you guys had it, but I had this shit a watch wipe. Like I had it, I think 10-2, something like that, 9-3 at the very worst for Usyk.
Everyone did.
I had that shit super not even close, bro. Like they were miles apart. And of course the judging. Surprisingly, they had. I didn't know that. You said they had Joshua up after the 9th. That's I couldn't even imagine.
Eddie Hearn posted it. Eddie Hearn posted it in his Instagram.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I remember watching the fight too. I had bad service, so it was cutting in and out. But I remember from what I watched, all the rounds that I watched, and I remember rewatching it too the next day after. I had Joshua. I think Joshua lost in my scorecard. I think it was 10-2 or 9-3. Like no more than that.
Yeah. Another thing that people failed to forget was that
2 or 3 rounds. 3 rounds of the best.
That's the most I gave him was 3. I didn't give him anything more. I couldn't find a 4th one to give him if I tried to.
Usyk completely boxed and dominated him, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. What'd you say now, Adrian?
Yeah. So the one thing that people fail to really acknowledge too was, remember at the end of the fight, even Joe Rogan said it. I said it right when it happened. They stopped the fight 5 seconds early. So
yes, I remember.
He was getting worked.
Yep.
2:53.
So
Yeah. There was like 10 seconds remaining or something like that.
yeah, so just so
Yeah,
you
they
know,
wanted.
like,
I guess they didn't want Joshua to get stopped.
yeah, well, that's
and
the
I
thing.
and I love
I
Usyk
mean,
for even trying to go for it after he was wide. I will at least, in normal fans' eyes, he was up big on the cards. I didn't know it was that close with the
yeah,
judges.
in
That's
my book,
crazy.
Usyk stopped him. That's in my book. I'm not saying, you know what I mean? Like, everyone should agree with me, but I had Usyk winning the fight by stoppage simply because the fact that they stopped the fight early. And, you know, how many fights have we watched, guys? Have you ever seen a fight stop 7 seconds, 10 seconds before?
Never.
Never
Yeah,
seen it.
I've never.
So I mean, if that ain't protection, I don't know what is. So, guys, last question because I'm about to get up out of here. Last question for you guys.
Yeah.
I remember AJ was hurt at that time too.
Mm-hmm. So,
And 20, 30 more seconds, plus the time that I think AJ would have been stopped.
pretty much, he would have. All right. So, last question because I'm about to end the broadcast too. Last question for Joe and for Adrian. Joe, who do you got in the rematch? Do you got Anthony Joshua, or do you think Usyk wins it?
I'll take Usyk. I know they're going to be looking to try and give it back to AJ, especially if he fights in the UK again. But I think I'd love to see him fight in Vegas once they get. But I don't know if they'll do it because
I don't think so. He had a really bad experience fighting in the States. I don't think that's happening again.
Yeah.
All right. So, last question to you, Adrian. Same thing. Who do you think wins that fight?
I think if the fight gets signed, I'm probably gonna have AJ as a favorite. I think he is a really intelligent guy. I don't see him taking the rematch on with the mindset of losing. I think he's gonna take like I said, he knows something, so he's definitely gonna make the fight closer. And yet again, he doesn't need much because he only needs to make it look close to win a lot of these rounds. So
okay, cool. All right, guys. Hey, guys. Thank you. Oh, go ahead, Joe.
I'm wondering, guys.
Good night, guys.
All right, Adrian. See you.
Do you think he'll fight a tune-up before he fights Usyk again?
No, I think he's gonna go straight right into just kind of like how he did with Ruiz. I think he's gonna go straight into the rematch. I don't see him taking any warm up or any like in between or nothing like that. Honestly, I do think that he's just gonna go straight for it. I think honestly, I think Joshua, he needs to use his size. Like I don't think he should try and box Usyk at all whatsoever. He needs to just go in there and try to stop him. Try to knock him out.
Yeah.
But hey, Joe, thank you so much for being on the show, man. I'm going to talk to you soon, and then we'll do it again, buddy.
Okay, thank you, guys. Thank you. Thanks
care,
for hosting us, Johnny.
Take care, man.
Okay, God bless, guys.